like a dinosaur. Wow, I see it. What was that? Oh, hey! Hi, friends. Doggy and I, we were just looking up at the clouds, seeing what we could see. It's really fun. You should try it sometime. What? Oh, Doggy's really excited because today we're talking about author Jason Reynolds. Come on! You're right, Doggy. Being outside was a delight. Oh, hey again. Today we're talking about author Jason Reynolds. Jason Reynolds is so cool. He's written so many books, and currently he's the national ambassador to young people through the National Endowment of the Arts, which is like a really big deal. Okay, so he goes to libraries and talks to kids about writing, and actually during 2020, he did an entire series of webcasts where he gave writing prompts and talked about writing to kids just like you. So Jason Reynolds has written a ton of books, and most of his books are actually for kids who are in middle school or for teenagers and young adults. So kind of the older kids. But today we're going to read a really cool book called For Everyone. And it's kind of like poetry and a letter to you. And he calls everyone a dreamer. So let's go check it out. Come on. For Everyone by Jason Reynolds. So today I'm going to read excerpts from this book, which means I'm going to read pieces and parts, not the entire book, just so you know. But this is a great book, and maybe sometime you could read it, the whole thing. All right? But let's get started. Oh, and real quick, on the back of this book it says, "This is for the courageous and everyone who wants to be." Thank you, Jason. Dear Dreamer, this letter is being written from a place of raw honesty and love, but not at all a place of expertise on how to make your dreams come true. I don't know nothing about that. I haven't gone through it all and come out on the other side, pinned with a blue ribbon, draped in a victor's sash or dollar bills, or even unshakable happiness. In fact, I have yet to see my own dream made tangible. So I got no answers. The truth is, our dreams could be as far away as forever or as close as lunchtime. Tomorrow you could wake up and read this letter on a billboard, or you could wake up and have forgotten who wrote it. At 16, I thought I would have made it by now. Now I'm making up what making it means as I go. But this letter is not about making it, because I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that at all. What I do know is how it feels. How it feels when the spirit thing won't stop raking the metal mug across your ribcage, clanging like a machine gun fired at a church bell, vibrating everything irreverent inside, sounds like a prison revolt that only you can hear and feel. And nasty things are being said about the prison guard, that scared, controlling, oppressive part of you and everyone else. Dreamer, if you are like me, you jump anyway. This letter isn't for any specific kind of dream. It isn't intended for a certain genre, medium, trade, or denomination. It is only intended for the courageous. Maybe you are a dancer moving to the sound of your own future, or a musician banging, strumming, bowing, plucking, blowing into, creating soundtracks for dream trains chugging along through thick night. Or a painter spilling and splattering confessions across the face of stretched canvas, or an actor praying at the altar of your alter ego, or a photographer finger on the button like a quick-draw cowboy, shooting not to kill anyone, but to preserve forever. Or maybe even a writer. For some strange reason, writing expert books, pages of good intention and rah-rah and fantasy and sometimes truth. Or maybe even letters to people you don't know, but do know you love. Or maybe you aren't an artist at all. Dreams aren't reserved for the creatives. Maybe you're an athlete, a gladiator hoping for a shot at the lion. Maybe you're 18 and plan to make your first million by 25. It's not impossible. Or maybe you're 18 and plan to make it to 21. It's not impossible. Nor is 22, 23, 24. At 25, I've moved back in with my mother and found out she loved to teach little kids and bake and help the needy. Her passion made plain, her dream made real after 40 years of 40 hours a week behind a desk. You might be 50 and think it's too late. Jump anyway. Dreams don't have timelines, deadlines, and aren't always in straight lines. Jump anyway. This letter is for us all, to remind us that we are many, that we are right for trying, that purpose is real, that making it is possible. But this letter is not about making it, because I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that at all. Besides, I'm not sure making it even matters so much. Dreamer. I am not fit to say much more, because I don't know much more than that. If you do, please write back. If not, please accept this as just a few words of encouragement. And if this letter means nothing to you, if it's just more pointless weight added to an already heavy life, feel free to burn it and use it for firelight for this long and often dark road. But if you somehow find truth, comfort, or anything at all within this ramble, keep it close and use it for firelight for this long and often dark road. With love, Jason Reynolds. Oh, isn't that great? Oh, and look, here's a picture of Jason Reynolds when he was a little kid. How great is that? Oh, I'm going to read this really quick to you, too, about him. This is his biography. Jason Reynolds is crazy about stories. He's the author of a lot of books and the winner of a few awards. And 7 years ago, when he started writing this, he had no idea he'd be talking to you. Ain't that something? But you know what they say, life is but a dream. And then, you know what? You can check out his website at jasonwritesbooks.com. Oh, I just love this cute little picture of him as a little kid. Oh. Isn't that a great book? Such a good reminder that dreams can be hard to follow, but keep following them. You know, when I was a little kid, I always knew that I wanted to be an artist. I didn't always know what kind of artist. I liked drawing, I liked painting, I liked cutting paper and making things, but I also really liked acting and writing and all those things. And now, as a big kid, I'm a writer and a playwright, and I get to play with you. It's pretty great. But I didn't always know that things were going to work out the way that they did, because we're always changing and growing. Isn't that right, doggy? I'm excited to do our activity today. Come on. Oh yeah, that's great. Good job, doggy. Oh, hi. So now we're going to do our activity. And for today, we're going to write letters to ourselves. It's true. So Jason Reynolds wrote this great book. It's called For Everyone. And it said, Dear Dreamers. And we are the dreamers. So now I want you to think about this book. There's some things, he talks about making it and not knowing anything about that, and more about just going for your dreams, which is so important. So why are we writing a letter to ourselves? Well, sometimes we need to be reminded. We need to be reminded that we like ourselves and that we can do anything and that anything is possible. And even though things get hard sometimes, we're going to be okay, you know? So it's very important. And I think Jason would like this activity personally. I don't know, but I think so. Anywho, so now let's get started. Yes, Doggy. Doggy is very prepared. So what you'll need is a piece of paper or anything to write on. And you can get, you know, a pencil, a crayon, a marker, whatever you like to write with. So how do we start letters? Well, we put dear. Okay. Dear. And you're going to write your name. And I'm going to write my name. Dear Amy. What's a great way to start a letter? I like to often say, I hope you're doing well. Okay? And then we're going to put in a reminder why we're writing the letter. I'm writing this letter to remind you that ... Okay, so this is how we're starting our letters. Okay, and this, I hope you're doing well. You can, if you like a different version of that, you can put a different sentence there, like, hey, hope life is good right now. But I want everybody to put the line, I'm writing this letter to remind you that, and now we're going to write some reminders for ourselves. Okay? My first reminder, which I think is very important, and Doggy, I know you'll like this one, is I love you. It is very important to tell ourselves that we love ourselves because it's a reminder to take good care of ourselves, right? All right, so I'm writing this letter to remind you that I love you, that you are an artist. So it's important to remind ourselves of our dreams, right? So my dream has always been to be an artist, and that can take many different forms. So for you, you can put that you are a whatever you want to be. Maybe it's scientist, or a sports star, or a great actor, or a brilliant writer. You choose. But the next reminder after I love you is that you are. And you know what? I think our next line after that is, and you're doing great. Even if it doesn't feel that way. That you are an artist and you're doing great, even if it doesn't feel that way. Sometimes our feelings make us feel like things are not good or that we're not doing what we want to be doing. And that's okay. Sometimes feelings happen, but it's good. This is why we have a reminder, right? We're reminding ourselves that we are artists or writers or dancers or athletes or whatever you want to be. Scientists, mathematicians, we could go on and on and on. Adventurers. I'm very excited. I love these letters. But it's a reminder that we can still do those things even if we're not feeling great about it. Most important, I believe in you. And I put a little exclamation point. And you know what? I'm actually going to do a double exclamation point and make a little smiley face out of it. So we believe in ourselves. We need to be reminded of that. And you know what? My letter is going to be 2 pages long because I write pretty big. Yours might fit on one page. So I just wrote, most important, I believe in you. My last line of my letter is going to say, keep going. And just to use a little bit of Jason Reynolds, we're going to write, jump anyway. And you know what? I'm going to put another exclamation point, smiley face in there because I really like it. And then at the very end, I'm going to put love, Amy. So you're just going to put love, or you can put, from or best, whatever you want. I think love is important, It's important that we love ourselves and we remind ourselves that we love ourselves. And then you put your name. And then, if you want to get fancy, you can make a bunch of pictures. You've got all this extra room, maybe. So I'm gonna make some pictures. Put a little heart there. Put some flowers. You know what? I also really like drawing monkeys. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Little nose, little smiley face, little eyes. Give them a little belly. Meow, 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 meow. Here's my monkey. You like him? I like him. He can remind me that I love myself too. So I'm going to read our entire letter. You ready? Dear Amy. Yes, doggy. You. Yes. Dear Amy, I hope you're doing well. I'm writing this letter to remind you that I love you. That you are an artist and you're doing great, even if it doesn't feel that way. Most important, I believe in you. Keep going. Jump anyway. Love, Amy. So now, what you can do, there's a couple of things. You can hang up your letter, post it on your wall so that you can see it all the time, or something that's kind of fun to do, you can fold it up. And if you have an envelope, maybe you can put it inside of an envelope. I don't have an envelope today, so I just have mine folded up this way. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna put a little star on it, or a little heart. Some stars. Okay, so here it is. It's all folded up. It's got a heart and some stars on it. And I'm gonna put it in a spot that, is kind of a secret spot that's just for me. And it's gonna be a reminder, so that when I'm having a really hard day, I can take this letter out and read it. I hope that you do it. When you write those letters, they're very important. It's important to remind ourselves. All right? Yes, Dougie, we'll fold up your letter too. Don't you worry. He needs a little help with the writing part, which is great. If you need help with the writing, ask an adult. I think this is a good spot. Thank you. So if I need that letter, I know exactly where it is. It's hidden in here. Isn't that cool? Doggy thinks it's cool. Thank you so much for joining me today on Playing with a Purpose. I love talking about Jason Reynolds. He is so cool. There's more information about Jason Reynolds at jasonreynoldswrites.com. All right, so if you want to see some of his webcasts or anything about him, you can check it out there. And as always, you can check out more writing programs at lakeerieinc.org. Thank you so much for joining me and Doggy on today's episode of Playing with a Purpose. Bye, friends! Woof, woof, woof.